Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's about 13:30 local time here in Olney, Illinois, and I don't know, maybe about an hour ago, Walmart, and I had gone there with only one purpose, and that was to enlighten the manager as to the I want to use the word inconvenience, but it's more than that. The disrespect that Walmart is showing towards the community that rely on public transportation to shop at their store, and the conditions that they're now expected to endure as the result of a decision that I've been told was made at the corporate level by a manager here in Olney. As I was first escorted out by an associate, and I don't mean escorted out by the store, that kind of escorted out, but as we escorted each other out, I should say, a manager appeared with no name tag, just a blue shirt and the Walmart emblem on it, which I found quite an example of cowardice. And when I tried to engage her, she simply refused to step out of her own being to show any empathy or compassion. Individuals that are wheelchair or power chair bound that use the public transportation here and shop at Walmart. The issue concerns exposure to the elements. Now, we were blessed today. It's actually kind of a nice day, but it's getting hot. It's brutally clear. And the wind is somewhat of a Scirocco out of the south, sometimes the southwest. It just moves around on days like today, but it's hot. And she stated to me that she likes being out in the sun, as we all do from time to time. And but our argument began, and I asked her to think about the medicines that some people have to take when they're elderly or disabled, that sunshine is a risk. And she insisted that she take some of that medication herself. But interestingly enough, after we had our conversation, she went and sat in the sun. That's not a real wise decision on her part. In addition to this, she get a man versus woman argument. It is not that. It is not that at all. It is about morals, ethics, and compassion, and helping one another as we're commanded to do, if we're to be truly contributors to society. We need to learn how to serve each other. Now, here that I lost the argument, and before, I had to mark and measure my steps as I walked through my portion of the argument. But she couldn't understand why I was so impassioned about this. And she would not hear any explanation. So I'm going to reveal it to you. I don't talk about this very much. During the summer of 1980, I was a United States Marine recruit on MCRD San Diego, California. On a day not unlike today, We had been exiting the chow hall and instructed to stand at ease until the drill instructor came back to our platoon to march us to the next training session. There were three platoons in our flight, and a flight is a group of platoons that generally precede and somewhat compete with each other during recruit training. That competition can and is really supposed to benefit the recruits by, how can I put it, a little competition. But generally, Marines are supposed to help each other. So while our platoon was standing at ease, one of the other platoons was standing at attention. We had been instructed as to the dangers of standing at attention for an extended period of time. Your knees can lock up, and in hot enough, sunny enough conditions, you can suffer either heat exhaustion or worse, heat stroke. When I was a recruit, we were instructed to not speak or break rank when either at ease or at attention, if we were not instructed to do so by either an officer or the drill instructor in charge. Using our peripheral vision, some of us see the platoon that was at attention. And we could see how some of the recruits in that platoon were beginning to waver a little bit in the sun, in the heat. I don't know how long we were out there, but even at ease, we were uncomfortable. And then it happened. A recruit platoon fell. And I had to stand along with 88 other men in my platoon, and I don't know how many other men in their platoons. Frozen, unable to break rank, and under orders not to do so, until those drill instructors that were over us returned. We were facing the chow hall, which was air conditioned, and out came the drill instructors, joking around and laughing, until one of them saw the fallen recruit. Then all hell broke loose. And I mean all hell broke loose. We were marched back to our squad bay, and we were kept there for the rest of the afternoon, if I recall correctly, until our drill instructors could regain their composure. There were 3 of them assigned to us, and they could figure out how to address this situation, because it was indeed preventable. As the evening came, we were assembled outside of our squad bay in the cool of the day, and as we stood at ease in the cool evening air, we were told what happened to that recruit. He had died of heat stroke, and that it was preventable, and that it would have been prevented from happening had just one of us broken rank, ran into the chow hall, and fetched and informed them of the emergency. I've never forgot that lesson, because it applies not only to Marines, it applies to each and every one of us. We don't leave others behind to suffer when their suffering can be prevented. That was the entire purpose out to Walmart today, to hopefully reach to a higher level of management, that they may see the unfortunate sin that is unfolding there, now that they have claimed the area that the disabled and the unfortunate who must use the rides bus had used to wait for the rides bus to arrive has been taken over and converted into an office. Been told there are no windows in. I don't know what the purpose of that office is, but the manager I spoke to said that there was nothing she could do. And I told her, with your attitude, you're right. There's nothing that you can do, but I believe there's something that I can do yet. Now, after I came back out of the store and having done my shopping, she was outside, sitting in the sun, sitting on a little ledge of concrete. And I can't say that I noticed it myself. And I could see her posture. And I remember being forced into an office with no windows myself, and forced to labor hunched over, computer screen and a terminal. I know what that did to my back. It's part of the reason why I'm now disabled. I don't want people to have to go through that, even her. I also have a family where a lot of the males on my mother's side were attorneys. And I've worked for attorneys. And I know that once the argument is over, we have to become human again, even if we can't afford to hold a grudge. So God said to me, Bruno, offer her your chair. And that's what I did. It was all I could do. She insisted that she was okay without it, but I left it there for as long as I could until the rides bus arrived and I had to fetch it, for I have no right now. Now, if any of you at Walmart who happen to be in management view this video, you'll know that, who it was that I spoke to. And she's going to give her side of the story, as she should. Before you come to a judgment on her, I beg of you, do not terminate her. Do not bump her down to lower rank, if that is your decision. If it was up to me, I wouldn't promote her either. Probably give her somewhat of a reprimand and maybe 6 months probation. That's how we used to handle things like this at General Telephone and Verizon. And it worked out very well for us. But please don't terminate her. Give her time to think about about her point of view and how she handled it. And you never know, you may think she handled it entirely correctly. But if that's the case, then the burden lies on you for not being compassionate or brave enough to come out here and see what this situation is. To step outside of your own able bodies, your own, to see what other people have to go through or to imagine what they have to go through. Now, I can't fix the world. I'm not doing this for credit. I'm only doing this because I'm a human being. And I don't want to see others suffer because somebody wanted an office up front. There's other ways that you can have an office up front. And I'm going to ask you to restore to its original configuration, that area that's been appropriated, and perhaps even by installing an automatic door at the north entrance. The manager said that she was going to call rides and suggest that the bus stop be moved because of what I pointed out, to an area where, simply put, there is no visibility for anyone inside who may be in a power wheelchair or a wheelchair or still in health, to see when the bus arrives. If we wait outside, it is entirely exposed. And it's not so easy for us to move around as it is her. So I don't know what to do. I left her with my name, and all I can do is pray. So that's all I've got for today's adventure out at Walmart. Let me know what you think in the comments. In the meantime, there's nothing left for me to do but say, go out and enjoy the day. It is kind of nice if you stay in the shade. It's a nice breeze. Safe though. Be kind to one another. Good luck. Godspeed. And we're going to see you around town.